You are walking through the world half asleep. It isn't just that you don't know who you are and that you don't know how or why you got here. It's worse than that. These questions never even arise. It is as if you are in a dream. Then the walls of the great house that surrounds you crumble and fall. You tumble out onto a strange street, suddenly conscious of your estrangement and your homelessness. A great horn sounds, calling you to remembrance, but all you can remember is how much you have forgotten. Every day for a month, you sit and try to remember who you are and where you are going. And by the last week of this month, your need to know these things weighs upon you. Your prayers become urgent. Then the great horn sounds in earnest 100 times. The time of transformation is upon you. The world is once again cracking through the shell of its egg to be born. The gate between heaven and earth cracks open. The book of life and the book of death are opened once again, and your name is written in one of them, but you don't know which one. The 10 days that follow are fraught with meaning and dread. They are days when it's perfectly clear every second that you live in the midst of a chain of ineluctable consequence, that everything you do, every prayer you utter, every intention you form, every act of compassion you perform ripples out from the center of your being to the end of time. Anger and its terrible cost lie naked before you. Grievance gives way to forgiveness. At the same time, you become aware that you also stand at the end of a long chain of consequences. Many things are beyond your control. They are part of a process that was set in motion long ago, and you find the idea of this unbearable. Then, just when you think you can't tolerate this one moment more, you are called to gather with a multitude in a great hall. A court has convened high up on the altar in front of the hall. Make way, the judges of the court proclaim, for everyone must be included in the proceeding. No one, not even the usual outcasts, may be excluded. You are told that you are in possession of great power, the power of speech, and that you will certainly abuse it. You are already forgiven for having abused it in the past, but in the end, it will save you. For the next 24 hours, you rehearse your own death. You wear a shroud, and like a dead person, you neither eat nor drink nor fornicate. You summon the desperate strength of life's last moments. A great wall of speech is hurled against your heart again and again. A fist beats against the hull of your heart relentlessly, knock, knock, until you are brokenhearted and confess to your great crime. You are a human being, guilty of every crime imaginable. Your heart is cracking through its shell to be reborn, and then a chill grips you. The gate between heaven and earth has suddenly begun to close. The multitude has swollen. It is almost as if the great hall has magically expanded to include an infinity of desperate souls. This is your last chance. Everyone has run out of time. Every heart has broken. The gate clangs shut. The great horn sounds one last time. You feel curiously lighthearted and clean. Some days later, you find yourself building a house, a curious house, an incomplete house, a house that suggests the idea of a house without actually being one. This house has no roof. There are a few twigs and branches on top, but you can see the stars and feel the wind through them. And the walls of this house don't go all the way around it either. Yet, as you sit in this house, eating the bounty of the earth, you feel a deep sense of security and joy. Here, in the mere idea of a house, you finally feel as if you are home. The journey is over. At precisely this moment, the journey begins again. The curious house is dismantled. The divine calls you in for a last meal, and then you set out on your way again.